Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name's Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
And we have Leo with us.
And Leo is here. He is reported for duty. He is not slacking today.
No, he's not. He was
No.
not on the live last night.
No, he wasn't. He was asleep on the router. He was guarding the packets.
Okay.
You know. Actually, no, it was funny because at one point I wanted to grab my electric blanket and I looked down. I had thrown it on the floor earlier when I was having a hot flash. And they were both just sound asleep on the electric blanket on the floor.
It's cute. Well, I'm glad the cats are enjoying a heated blanket because so do I.
Yeah, they really do. They love any blanket they can find, but if it's heated, Todd gets very upset. We watch TV at night. We're both sitting on the couch. I usually have a heated blanket on my lap. And then he gets upset because I have 2 cats and he has no cats.
Oh.
And it's very sad.
It's a no cat to 2 cat ratio.
Right.
And that's not working for him.
No, and last night he had 2 cats and I had no cats. We prefer it when we each have our assigned cat.
Usually that's how our life goes. I have Nellie. Timmy has Arlo. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'll have 2 dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times I'll have 2 cats. And we prefer it when we have our assigned cats.
Timmy never has 2 dogs. Nellie is my dog through and through. She's obsessed with me. So she will not go to Timmy very rarely. Like if I'm not around.
If there's no other options.
Yes. But most of the time Arlo is his dog and Nellie is my dog.
Yeah, Toby is Todd's cat and Leo's my cat. But Leo's everybody's cat, really, at the end of the day.
All right. So we're talking Real Housewives. Now, are you still liking? Let's do a check-in.
I'm still enjoying it. I am really over Jen Shaw and Mary
too.
and their beef with each other.
The beef that no one can quash, apparently.
No. And it just keeps getting worse. And you know how we thought Brooks was delightful?
Nope.
I'm over that.
He's
that didn't last long. That didn't last long. Now he's just annoying. And he's a baby man. He is 21, so I don't want to assign like he should be acting like fully like an adult.
Sure, but
he's a child.
Listen, if my kids acted like this, I would be fucking annoyed. My kids are 18. Don't act like this. Yeah, he's annoying. He's annoying. He is what I always dreaded I would get, a real needy kid who knows how to pull the guilt levers.
You'd be fucked.
Yeah, I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, more than I thought I was going to.
Regardless of what we do from a recording perspective, I will keep going.
Yeah, I needed to find the funny in it, and I'm finding the funny.
I feel like this could be very bingeable. Like a rainy afternoon, I could get through like 5 of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bing, bang, boom.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, because unless you're taking notes, you don't have to pay that close of attention.
No.
This is not The Pit. This is not Yellow Jackets. This is not Match Factory Down.
No.
This is Match Factory Up TV.
Yes. I agree.
That's how we should have it now. We should have a little thing: Match Factory Down TV, Match Factory Up TV.
Right. You either have your Match Factory up in front of your face, or you have it down on your lap.
Right, because you can't have a similar TV experience.
Right. Yeah. I agree. I agree. All right. So this is The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 1, Episode 6, Sundance City.
Dun, dun, dun. I've been to Sundance.
I know, but this is annoying.
This is ridiculous.
So, Amanda, a lot of this episode centers around Lisa Barlow, who just has so many events around Sundance happening.
It's so hard to be here. She's the queen of Sundance.
She's the queen of Sundance. Yeah. That's it. So we get over to Meredith's house, and it's Park City Fashion Week, and Brooks is the youngest designer in the show. And he's upset that he's walking and he didn't know. Mom, why didn't you tell me I'm walking, Mom? I would have started a juice cleanse like last week. It's like,
First of all, you're tiny. Shut up.
Yeah.
Second of all, Mom, where are my Tostina pizza rolls?
Yeah.
It's that same energy. It's the same energy.
Jen puts her and Stuart's normal business week, which includes a lot of forecasting, Amanda. That's all they do. They sit around forecast for their business.
Sounds really boring.
But
that's why I'm not a business person.
They're putting it aside all week to focus on Sundance.
So brave.
I have a feeling Jen Shaw's business can run just fine without her because it's just a grift.
Right, because Jen Shaw's business is entirely a scam. So I don't think
Right.
They need to be there, but whatever. But she's hula hooping on roller skates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
sure.
Stewart, I feel like he's real put upon. There's a lot of put upon men in this episode.
I'm not generally one to side with the put upon man,
Me either,
but
because
having
it's
to deal
usually an
with these
act.
women,
Yes.
I don't blame them. I too
Yeah.
feel put upon by
Yeah.
these women, and
Yeah.
they're not telling me to do anything.
So Jen wants us to know that her cousin Tony Vinuku is a filmmaker, and he is debuting a film at Sundance this year.
Which is fucking huge.
Okay, so I looked this guy up.
Okay, if you're well, you'll tell me if this guy's legit or not, but if you're a filmmaker, getting your film into Sundance is if you're an unknown filmmaker, getting your film into Sundance is life-changing.
He is the real deal.
Okay.
So okay. Do you remember the NFL player who was catfished?
Mhm.
What was
Yeah.
his name? It was
Oh, I can totally see his face. Excuse me, see his face. Because I watched the documentary about him.
He made the documentary.
Oh, he was great. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So he made that. It was called Untold: The Girlfriend Who Didn't Exist.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Catfished NFL player. It's Monte Teo.
Yeah. So he made that documentary about Monte Teo's situation. Okay.
That broke my heart.
I know.
That really broke my heart.
I know. He also made a film in 2015, and this is the one I thought that he was bringing to Sundance, but it's not. This is called In Football We Trust.
Okay.
The feature-length documentary transports viewers deep inside the tightly knit Polynesian community in Salt Lake City. And it's about a bunch of football players there. 4 of them, I think. 4 or 5 of them.
Okay.
That got really good reviews and was met with critical success.
Okay.
But this film is not that, and I can't find this film anywhere. And Jen Shaw tells us later, it's the film about the rap group, Forternity.
Got it.
But I can't find that on his IMDb. I can't find there's no record of this film.
Did you go to Sundance.org?
There's record of it at Sundance.
Okay, so it did exist.
Yeah, it did exist, but
Okay.
he
It never went anywhere.
Yeah, it's weird. So this guy's legit, and this is the
Mhm.
beginning of his career, which is interesting. So Jen reminds Stewart of anyway, Tony is coming to Sundance and he's having a bunch of VIPs with him.
Awesome.
And he had to call Jen and say, "Cousin Jen, can you host the VIPs?" Like, just the way Jen Shaw talks is so she
Condescending.
showcases herself in every sentence.
Oh yeah.
Every sentence is about how great and important she is.
She's a straight up narcissist.
Oh God, it's wild.
I mean, all of these women are narcissistic in some way, shape, or form. Jen Shaw is a straight up narcissist.
It is so ridiculous. Like,
it's next
she
level.
had to work in that he calls her cousin Jen. I'm sure he doesn't call her cousin Jen.
No, I'm sure
he calls her Jen.
Jen, right?
Yeah.
Because that's her name.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she and Stewart have this funny exchange where she reminds Stewart of Stu Chains, a rapping persona that he adopted while drunk at Sundance one year.
Sure.
Okay. He's mortified and wants to forget about Stu Chains. And he wants to leave Stu Chains in the past. He's trying to shed Stu Chains. But Jen's
like, we're holding on to Stu Chains.
Yep.
We're deep into Stu Chains.
So now we see Lisa, and she is hosting multiple events with multiple companies through her marketing company, Lux Marketing. And
I thought she just had tequila. What is happening here?
I don't know. Some people call her the Queen of Sundance, Amanda.
Sure, as
Did
we've
you know
known.
that?
I've heard that rumor on the street.
Yeah.
In fact, someone pulled me aside at Wegmans the other day to say, "Did you know Lisa Barlow is the Queen of Sundance?" I was like, "I know that."
I'm so glad that Sundance is moving out of this place.
Can you move away so I can get the ground beef? Thank you. That was our conversation.
There you go. I'm so glad Sundance is moving to Colorado.
Yeah, Boulder.
Yeah. I just want to see.
I'm not, but I understand.
I need to watch next season just to see her world crumble. That's what I need to see.
Actually, you're going to need to watch 6 seasons from now.
That's true.
Yeah.
So she just thinks she's really good at what she does. See, she was one of 6 children. So she learned early on that if she wanted more, she had to work a little bit harder. And this is why she loves the Mormon church so much, because they push you to do better.
Okay.
The Mormon church is a real problem.
The Mormon church is a problem. I'm going to say there is a lot of things that are problematic within the Mormon church.
Yeah, I'm
I'm going to
sure at
say
its
it that
core
way.
it's
There are
fine,
some, I'm
but
sure there are some things that are good, but
mhm.
the overall it's real problematic. Oh, I listened to, I know a number of folks have mentioned on Discord and our podcast and our Facebook group, the podcast Mormon Stories, John Delen's
Yes.
podcast. I listened to the whole one about Ruby Frankie after the Ruby Frankie
Ooh,
documentary. It was 6 hours.
is it good?
It's excellent.
Can you
And they
send it to
have,
me?
yes, and they have the woman from Hidden True Crime on it as well.
Who's the woman from Hidden
She's the
True Crime?
journalist. She's the wife because it's a
Oh,
husband wife
yeah,
who
yeah,
do Hidden
yeah.
True Crime. I
Okay,
just can't think of
yeah,
her name at
yeah.
the moment, and some other folks as well. Yeah,
Okay.
it was everything he does is excellent. I love him.
Can you send me that?
I will send it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm I've started walking again in addition to going to the gym once a week.
Oh, good girl.
So I need a podcast for my walk.
Okay, well,
Because I used to call my mom on my walks because
mhm.
it was really the only time I'd get to talk to her uninterrupted. But now she does a political dump on me that creates
Oh, son,
anxiety, so I can't do it.
got it,
Yeah.
understood. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can start getting up to go to the gym before we record in the morning.
Oh my god, Amanda.
I mean, that's the only time I
Jesus
can go.
Christ.
It's the only time it'll happen. I will not be one of those people who goes to the gym after work.
Yeah.
I just know myself.
Well, we can talk about this. Maybe we should record after work on the
We
days you
could
go to the gym in the
we could
morning.
figure it out.
You know what I mean?
I could just get up earlier and go to the gym too.
What are you gonna get up at the crack of dawn?
Yeah, I mean, I used to get up at 5 o'clock every day to go to the gym.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Back to this. So we see John, Lisa's husband, again, the put upon husband.
Very difficult to be these husbands.
Yeah, and he says, we share everything, we own everything equally, but when Lisa is my boss, it's a lot, but she's great. She's great.
I think working for Lisa Barlow would be a fucking nightmare.
And the producer's like, Did she put you up to this? Did she tell you what to say? And he's like, no. And he's
No.
shaking his head, yes.
Yes.
No.
Well, I don't know anything that happens to her, but I know that she seems to be one of the not liked housewives, except by our
Mm.
girl Carly, who's still real into her.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll
We'll see
see.
what happens.
Yeah. So Whitney and Justin are hosting Jen for a hot tub party.
Mm.
Okay, they're bringing her over. Oh my God, this fucking bathing suit. Amanda?
Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah.
She might as well just have worn nothing.
Yeah.
Just wear nothing.
Just why are we bothering? It looks more uncomfortable than being naked.
I wrote, oh my God, this is wild. She has a total sheer top on.
Mhm.
I don't even know what's covering the nips. I don't even know if they're covered.
I don't
at
think
this
they were
point.
covered.
With a real high cut in the back. Real
Uh-huh.
high cut, like right up the ass. Just
Yep.
a thong. And huge fuzzy boots. Okay.
This is a lot of what Sundance is. It's big fuzzy boots and ridiculous outfits.
Okay. Well, I didn't need to see this.
When I went to Sundance, I bought the knockoff of the knockoff UGG boots.
Mm-hmm.
And because they weren't quality, I wound up having to put my feet into plastic bags in them because they would get wet.
Okay. Got you. Got you.
That was my Sundance experience.
Something I would have done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So they're talking about Justin's 52nd birthday, which is coming up.
Right.
And Whitney says she goes all out. Now, I want to spend a minute here to talk about what Whitney says.
Okay.
Whitney says she goes all out because Justin has sacrificed so much to be with her.
Mm-hmm.
He has strained relationships with his children and his ex-wife, his standing in his church, all of it. So he deserves this. This is not good.
No.
This is not good. If your partner has to give up that much
to be with you. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's not good.
It's not a good situation.
No.
Especially strained relationship with his kids.
Yeah. Well, I think because Whitney's like 10 minutes older than his kids.
Well, Whitney broke up the marriage.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a double. It's a double
Justin
whammy.
broke up the marriage, to be
Yes.
fair. But Whitney is the affair that broke up the marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not good. And I don't like when I hear, so we talk a lot about this, especially in relation especially in relationship to Seinfeld, who has the upper hand in the relationship. Right?
Yes. Yes.
I feel like she's given him the upper hand a lot here. Like the narrative of their marriage is kind of like he abandoned everything for me.
Right, but I think because of that, she has the upper hand.
I think she may have the upper hand, but I don't think she knows she does.
Oh, I think she knows she
Oh,
does.
you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think she's like, "Look what I was able to get him to do." And I don't necessarily feel it's that nefarious,
Mm-hmm.
but she
Mm-hmm.
definitely gets off on the idea that he chose her over all of these other things.
I really like Whitney. I'll say it again.
I know you do.
She's a cutie patootie. I really like her.
Father Steve
This
Perry's hair looks even worse next episode.
Father Steve Perry.
It's not good. Really bad.
Okay,
Okay.
so anyway, Jen's talking shit about Mary Cosby, and for some reason, this is such a random insult. She calls her AARP. She is just AARP. I'm like, what?
So am I now because I'm over 50.
I just wrote, that's a burn I don't understand. It's a burn, definitely, but I don't know how or why.
Well, it's just because she's saying she's old.
I guess.
That's it. No, that's all it is. She's just saying
Whitney
she's old.
Whitney says to the camera, "Look, Mary Crosby, help me,
Mary Cosby. And they also always call her Mary M. Cosby,
Mary M. Cosby
which is weird.
is
I
a
don't know why
little
there's
bit
always the M.
crazy sometimes, but she's my friend, and I want her there.
Why is she your friend, Whitney?
I think because she tried to help broke down Steve Perry.
Father
Well,
Steve Perry.
Jen tells the camera, Mary calling me a hoodlum and ghetto was crossing the line,
Yeah.
and I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
got to
pretty
say, if
bad.
someone called me hoodlum or ghetto, I'd be done with them too.
So then
Particularly if I knew it was racially charged.
100%.
I'd be done.
Then Whitney gets a phone call, ring, ring, and it's, hey, Whitney, it's Meredith Marks over here, and I was wondering if you would walk in the Park City Fashion Show. It is history in the making.
Guys, Amy started that just as I took a sip of my coffee, and we really almost had an incident. Okay. I forgot about Meredith Marks.
Meredith Marks. And Whitney's like, oh, I've never walked in a fashion show before. Amanda, I've walked in a fashion show before.
I know you have. I have not.
I walked in the 1987 local JCPenney bridal show expo where I was a flower girl.
Okay,
or a
Robin
junior
Brown.
bridesmaid.
Wear
Yes,
your
thank
diesel
you.
jeans.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. There you go.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So Whitney's willing to try it. She's like,
Yeah.
I'll try. Meredith's like, oh, that's great. All you can do is try. Thank you. So now we see, okay, this is so weird. Mary is with Charlinda, okay? And they're like dancing or something.
The way she
She says Charlinda is her grandmother's brother's daughter. I'm like, you mean your
your
cousin?
You mean your cousin. I understand it's your cousin once removed.
Yes.
But it is in fact your cousin.
Yes.
It's your first cousin once removed.
She's like, Charlinda has been
I never
with
get
me
that right.
I think it is. I think you're right. It's either second cousin or first cousin once removed.
I never know.
She's been with her for 20 years, Amanda. She came over. So Mary had Robert, the kid.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, Grandpa is Grandpa Daddy. Or Grandpa Bobby. Grandpa Bobby. The daddy's Grandpa Bobby. I can't with this.
I had a friend whose mother married. So her mother was married to her father. They divorced. Her mother then married her father's brother.
Oh, so she married her uncle.
So we kept calling this guy Uncle Daddy. We were all adults when this happened, so it wasn't quite as dramatic. But yeah, Uncle Daddy. Mm-hmm. This is Grandpa Daddy.
So when Mary had Robert the son, Charlinda came over to give Robert a present and fell in love with him and never left.
Right.
And then Mary goes, but we're not close at all. I know nothing about her outside of what she can do for me.
Yes.
That's kind of a narcissist.
Kinda? When she was talking about this woman, first of all, like she was not even in the room.
Yep.
Second of all, like we're related. She has been in my home for almost 20 years and I know nothing about her and I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the flex you think it is, Mary. This is not something to be proud of.
And it was even grosser than that because it was like, I don't care outside of what she does for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's gross.
She goes, but at the end of the day, we're family. Okay.
Okay.
Now we see Justin's party. Okay. And Justin's party, can you remind me how old Whitney Rose is?
Yeah, I can find that out. Hold on here.
I forget. I want to say she's
In her early
early
30s.
30s, right?
Yeah. Whitney.
And he's 52, which is what we're learning.
So she is now 38.
Okay, so this was 2016, right?
Was this 2016? No. It's
No?
2020.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So she was 34.
Okay. Cuz they're hosting, she's
Yes.
hosting this party and it starts with body shots.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This party
wow.
is nuts.
That's usually how my parties end, and it's at 8:00 and then
Right.
everybody goes home. So he's
Are
doing
you and Timmy doing body shots over
No,
there?
no. He's doing body shots off of her, and they have a party bus. It's
Mhm.
this whole thing. Heather tells the camera, this is why Justin married Whitney. She's decades younger, and she could sex it up, and she's not afraid to show it.
Mhm.
You're right. She has the upper hand.
Yeah, she totally has the upper hand here.
Yeah, because she just wields sex over this idiot.
Yeah,
And
Heather's like she's decades younger and decades sexier.
he's just walking around. Can we discuss how Justin dresses? Now, I'm not a stickler for fashion. You know this.
Yes, I know this. You won't even spend $40 on a top. So, yes, I know this.
Never. So when I see how Whitney is always dressed to the nines and this idiot's
He looks
running
like a
around in
schlub.
a Henley with a
Mhm.
silver herringbone chain around his neck, I'm like, dude, you think that makes you look young? You can so tell he's trying to dress young,
Oh, yeah.
and it just makes you look sloppy. Like, I don't know
Yes.
what you're doing.
He looks sloppy.
It's so weird.
Mhm.
So the party ends at Catherine's house.
Catherine's house looks real nice.
Yeah. Heather says Catherine owns Park City Live, which is a major club.
I wonder if it really is.
Well, she says Catherine is the actual queen of Sundance.
Yeah. Don't tell Lisa that.
In other words, the actual queen of Sundance doesn't run around telling everybody she's the queen of Sundance.
That's right. Park City Live is a music venue in Park City located inside the Memorial Building of the historic Main District. Concert venue opened in 2012. Let's see. And
Supposedly, it's a big deal.
plays host the annual film festival. Okay, I'm
I
trying to find
wonder
like a list of artists that have been there. Okay, annual music festival. Iggy Azalea, excuse me, Iggy Azalea, Diplo, Skrillex, Chainsmokers, Cage the Elephant, Wiz Khalifa. Real people have played. I even know Post Malone has played there.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I know who these people are.
It's kind of like that club in that Christmas movie that we watched.
The Merry
Gentleman. The club where that Stephen Gross owns, that
right,
everybody,
that Stephen Keaton still has.
Everything, Michael Gross, Stephen Keaton, right?
Yeah.
That everybody comes through, every major act.
Everything.
Right.
Like it was like the high note or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. God, that movie was so bad.
So we're there, and Jen and Mary get into it. And Jen denies to her face calling Mary a grandfather fucker. And they show the footage.
Yeah.
Now, this is the production value we need over on 90 Day, over on Sister Wives, where we can roll that beautiful bean footage.
Right. Where we don't have to have the flashback in sepia tone from something that happened last episode.
Correct.
First of all, it doesn't feel like the editors at Real Housewives even know about sepia tone. And for that, I'm grateful.
No.
So
I don't think they do. Like when they mention that Justin and Whitney are, married and we see them doing body shots, we don't have to have flashback in sepia tone of their recommitment ceremony.
No,
because
we don't.
Watched it already.
Right. We're not dumb. We remember things.
Yeah. So Jen tells the camera, look, maybe I said it, but I was drunk. I don't remember half of what I said. And remember, she was real drunk that
She was
night.
real drunk. And to be fair, I too have had those moments where I'm like, I don't remember what I said.
Let me ask you though, I've had moments like that where I've gotten a little too drunk and whatever. Never on camera. Never when television cameras point at my face.
Well, I never actually have a television camera pointed in my face.
I think I would try not to get blackout drunk.
I too would.
Yeah,
I would try to maintain some level of respectability if I had a camera in my face.
So Brooks is doing well as a designer. They go to a boutique and a woman tells him several of his tracksuits have sold.
Wow. His
Okay.
tracksuits.
Okay.
Okay.
Seth is
This is
not
you and I are about to enter a world we know nothing about.
Seth is not coming, and Brooks is real pissed off. Dad, why won't you come to my fashion show? God,
I have
why
to
can't
say,
Dad just be there to support me? I really wanted him to support me.
I actually think it's shitty that he's not there.
I do too, but like he can't come to everything.
No, but he could be there. He's choosing not to be there.
Is he? We don't know.
Well, I think he's choosing not to be there because because Meredith said she wanted time away from him.
But she also says later that he's just taken over this new company and he's got some work stuff going on.
They have the kind of money he could fly in for one night and fly right back out.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, get your kids used to disappointment at an early age.
I don't think these kids have ever been disappointed, which is part of the problem.
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
Mhm.
Exactly. So Meredith tells the camera, oh, between Seth starting this new company and us not getting along, it makes me sad that he's not here to support Brooks. Lisa is helping set up the McMillions party. Did you see that docuseries
I didn't see it, but I remember it happening.
about the monopoly, the McDonald's monopoly?
Yes.
And she says, we're giving away, quote, game pieces that were popular in the 90s. I'm like, you're giving away McDonald's Monopoly pieces.
God, that was always such a big deal when it was
Oh,
Monopoly season when
it
I
was
worked at
huge.
McDonald's.
Me too. It was huge.
Mm.
The Sundance Queen never disappoints. She never
Mm-mm.
disappoints.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what she does. Does she just boss people around and tell them what to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She owns many companies and she bosses people around in those companies.
Well, Desi is babysitting Lisa's kids. Now, we need to talk about this for a minute
Okay.
because one of her kids is 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 15-year-old need a babysitter during the day?
Is she coming home that night?
If not, then yes.
Okay.
But
That would be the thing for me. If
would
she's
she
not
be staying
coming
at a
home,
hotel?
could be.
Okay. If she's not coming home, I agree.
Yes.
But this
If
was
she's coming
middle of the
home, they don't need
day.
a babysitter.
This was middle of the day,
Mhm.
and this 15-year-old is there talking to somebody who's probably only 3 years older than him.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah.
So Lisa says during Sundance, mommy is MIA. I decline any calls that are not business related. No.
You're
Lisa,
not the
this is
president of the
terrible.
United States. Stop it.
Even Joe Biden probably picked up his phone for his
What?
grandchildren.
Yes. When
Yes.
Ashley and Hunter and his grandchildren called, he picked up the phone. I mean, unless he's like in the middle of a world summit.
I'm sure Obama picked up his phone when Sasha and Malia got their periods and called him to tell them.
I'm pretty sure they did not call their father to tell them they got their periods. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I mean, Barack Obama seems to be a very enlightened and engaged father. I don't know what teenage girl is like, let me call daddy and tell them I'm bleeding from my vagina. No, that's not a thing. It's not a thing.
You think Michelle just called him and was like, Barack, the girls now are women.
Was there a party thrown? Did they get Esprit sweatshirts with big red polka dots on it? That's what I need to know. Because if not, they did not do as
I
well
don't
as
know
I did.
what brought us into this territory.
I don't know, but can we get out now, please? Please.
Okay. So Heather and Whitney meet and talk, and they are drinking. And Heather says the drinks here taste like water.
She's
And
not wrong.
she tells us that there are weird rules around Mormon establishments serving drinks. They water them down, no
Mhm.
2 glasses on the table. This is the problem I have with high control religion. What? Now you're affecting what I can do when I'm not near the church.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Back in the day, you used to have to get membership cards to be able to go to bars.
No.
You couldn't just go to a
Mm-mm.
bar. You couldn't buy high ABV alcohol or like ABV beer. And you know that t-shirt that said that Christine wears all the time that says I tried polygamy? Christine
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
It's actually for a brewery in Utah.
Okay.
I want to say it's the Wasatch Brewery. Could be a Utah brewery. Anyway, they have a beer called Polygamy Porter.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
let me
Gotcha.
see who makes that. I
I
want to get that
just
right.
feel like this is fucked up. And I know I sound like a rube, and it's like, "Amy, you've been doing this
Yeah,
for 3
Wasatch
years
Brewery.
now. You've
Yeah.
been looking into cults for 3 years now.
Yeah.
What is your problem? Why does this
Why
surprise
is
you?"
this new information for you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Every time I hear it, it bothers me.
I
So,
don't know what to tell you.
Heather asks they have a really interesting conversation here.
Yeah, I
Heather
wanna talk
asks
about this.
Whitney if she's happy in her marriage, and Whitney says, "Yeah, I am."
Mhm.
And Heather's upset because she chose faith over love, but she can
Mm.
never regret her children.
But she's like, "I
Unlike
regret
Cody
wasting
Brown,
15
she's not like,
years.
"I regret that stupid marriage," but,
That
she
stupid whore
wanted the whole
Christine."
package.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she
So what'd you
deserves the
make
whole
of
package.
this? What'd you
Well,
make of this?
that part I didn't find her talking about her dating, I found very interesting, but I thought it was like she's like, "The way Whitney describes her marriage is what I would want my marriage to be."
Yeah. Okay.
And I've been in that position where I'm like, I'm either newly divorced or in a terrible relationship looking at my friends' relationships with a huge amount of envy.
Yeah, I've been there too.
Yeah, of I want someone to light me up and I want to be lit up by somebody like or I
Mhm.
want to light someone else up. I want that passion and that partnership that I feel
I
like
re
Whitney and Justin do have.
I remember when I got divorced, all I wanted, and I really looked at them as a role model, was to have a relationship like my sister had with her husband.
Mm, okay.
Like, I was like, "They have such a good relationship." They ended up getting
I was
divorced,
going to say they got
but
divorced.
don't forget, I come from a family of divorce. I have no role models of marriage in my life.
Same.
Theirs was, like, the only relationship that I thought,
Mhm.
"Okay, that's a good relationship model to have because
Right.
they were equals
Right.
in, like, every way. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I get in trouble in the Are We Dating the Same Facebook group
Mm,
because,
mhm,
people start falling into these very traditional gender roles of the men should do this and the women should do this. And someone asked yesterday, would you ever ask anybody out? And all these women are like, no, I want a masculine man. And I'm like,
mm,
actually, I'm looking for a partner. So if I wanted to see somebody, I'd ask them out
mm.
because I want a partner.
Yeah,
I don't
right,
want a protector. That's not to say Todd doesn't protect me, but I also protect him
right, yeah,
because he's
yeah.
my partner.
By the way, I have a Love After Lockup update.
Oh, what's that?
Timmy's T-shirt has arrived. The one that
Oh,
says husband, father, protector, king.
king. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I can't
So we're working
people
on
don't know
this.
about this
We're
yet.
working on this. Well, we've talked about it a
Oh,
little
okay,
bit
because
on
I haven't
Lavu. I
listened to
thought,
this week's
yeah,
because I haven't watched this week's episode yet.
yeah. So we're gonna be holding the photo op pretty
Mhm.
soon.
Good.
Hmm.
I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Does Timmy know this is coming?
yeah. He's like,
Oh,
this is
okay.
ridiculous, but
Okay, but he'll
he'll
do it.
do it. Yeah, he'll do it.
That's
Anything for the
nice.
pod.
He's a good man.
Hmm. Hmm. So, all right. So Heather says, like I said, that she chose faith over love. And she says she was a virgin when she got married
Mhm.
and she was never single and dated. And I felt the same way when I got divorced. Like I
Yeah,
was in a relationship with my ex husband since I was 17.
yeah,
So I never really I had a lot of dating adventures before that, but like you're 16 years old. What does
right,
that count?
right.
So Whitney tells her you need to build your life. In other words, I think what Whitney is saying is because it sounds bad. It sounds like she's saying like build your life towards a man.
Right.
But I think what she's saying is set up your life in a way that what you want and that if a man comes along, he just fits in and it's fine. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Make your life be what it was. Make the best life you can without a
Mhm.
partner,
Yeah.
but make space for a partner as well.
But then Whitney also says stop making excuses. And Heather says nobody really likes me in this community. Now I want
Mhm.
to talk about
I
this
do too.
because and I'm just going to say Heather has told the camera and she has talked about struggling with her weight.
Mhm.
And I really felt her in this moment because I don't think people realize the impact that has on your feeling of sexuality. Like,
Mm.
you know what I mean? When you are the thing that an entire society wants to guard against, how do you feel sexy? How do you like? I think we've made so much progress now
Mhm.
towards that. Women of all sizes
Mhm.
know can act and feel sexy. It's still I feel like it's still hard.
Mhm.
But Heather's, of I don't know if she's of our generation. She's probably a millennial.
Yeah.
But she was raised in the toxic diet culture,
She
as we all
was.
are.
She
And
was.
this is one of the issues I think you'll have with that show Dying for Sex that we're watching is the whole concept of the show is this woman just wants to, she wants to have sex before she dies or
Mhm.
whatever. And she's easily able to get these guys because she looks like Michelle Williams.
Right.
Because
Heather
she's
Gay is
Michelle
our age, by
Williams.
the way. She's older than you, younger than me. She's
Oh,
born in
okay.
74.
Okay. So she was raised with this.
Mhm. Okay.
But
I had a
but
different take on it.
but like what I'm saying is if you're a Whitney Rose going out into the world, it's a lot easier than an Amy Archer out into the world. That's all
Sure.
I'm saying. That's all
Sure.
I'm saying.
Yeah. I had a
And
very
we
different
can't
take on it.
ignore that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I think Heather is self-selecting herself out of the pool.
I'm sure there's some of that, like
Oh, I think that's almost
self-sabotaging.
self-sabotage. I think it's
Yeah.
almost
Yep.
entirely what it is.
Yep.
Because she's not you or me. She's a size 14.
I know, but
Yeah.
she feels like
She
she's
feels
yours.
like that, but
Yeah.
she says, "I got on Bumble for 2 weeks and I had 4 dates and I just couldn't that just so it didn't work for me." I'm like, "If you had 4 dates in 2 weeks, Bumble is
That's pretty
working
good.
great
Yeah.
for you." I was
Mhm.
on Bumble for months without a date.
I just wonder if she feels self-conscious because she has said this. I'm not making this
Yeah,
up.
no, I know
She
that.
has said she feels bigger compared to the women in her life.
And she is bigger,
Yeah.
but she's also a very average size.
I agree. I would kill
Yes.
to look like her.
I would kill to look like her.
But I
I
think
think,
that
though, she's
plays
self-sabotaging herself.
I agree, but I also think that plays a role.
Oh, I think it's part of why she's self-sabotaging herself, but I don't think she's not successful in dating because of her size. I think she's not successful in dating because she's choosing not to be because she's sabotaging herself.
Right, but I wonder if part of sabotaging herself is do you know what I mean? Like because she thinks that she is a bigger size than she is.
Possibly. Possibly, but I think
Like
it's
I could see me doing that to myself is why I'm bringing this up.
no, I don't disagree. I think though I think that she is creating a story that is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So she feels a lot of so not only does she feel like she is bigger than a lot of her friends,
Mhm.
but she feels shame
Mhm.
around the
Her
divorce.
divorce, for sure.
And she's in a culture that wants everybody to be perfect.
Mhm. And she says they all say I'm too much because she's a big personality.
Mhm. Mhm. She says everything about me is wrong.
Mm, I felt that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we can discount again 1974. She was raised in this shit. It is in us.
I absolutely agree with you, but I think it's bigger than that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's completely and I think she has unrealistic expectations because she never dated to
Mhm.
think, "Oh, I only had 4 dates in 2 weeks on Bumble and none of them went anywhere." Girl, talk to me when you've been on Bumble for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then talk to me about it not going anywhere. And then maybe
See,
we could talk about your approach.
so here's what I'm talking about. I would never go on Bumble because I would be like nobody's even going to choose me.
Well, that's a really stupid thing.
I know, but that's baked into my brain
Mhm.
from years and years and years and years of societal rejection.
Oh,
It's baked
girl,
in there.
girl, no
Like
one understands societal
like
rejection more than me.
in my brain I know that's wrong.
Mhm.
But like everything else in me is just geared towards that. That's how I was raised. That's
Yeah.
what I came up in.
Oh, I was
It's
literally
fucked
told as
up.
a child, "No one will ever love me. I will never have a good job because I'm fat." So,
It's
like,
so fucked up.
trust me. I
Guys, listen
understand.
to our coverage of Your Fat Friend to talk when we talk about just how pervasive
Mhm.
diet culture is to Gen
Mhm.
Xers. Oh, I'm sure many of you listening know.
No,
Yeah.
you know what we're talking about.
So she
But I
wants to
also
have
think Heather Gay is her own worst enemy.
yeah, I agree. She wants to have fun. She wants to have a beautiful man. She wants a man who just sees her.
Mm.
And she says she's tried to date, but men aren't into her. Now we go over to Chalet Shaw, whatever the fuck it is. And Jen is talking about this VIP party, and Tony called me and he said, "Cousin Jen, can I have all the VIPs over to Shaw Chalet? Whatever." I hate
Right.
this woman. Okay, it's the party. He
Yes.
comes in. Jen hugs him. "I did this for you." Okay.
Okay, congratulations.
Forternity is there. Okay. And they are Tay Crew, Tay Lake, and the brother. That's all I got.
J. Crew, Tay Lake, and the brother. Okay,
Real
cool.
cute guys.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Heather tells the camera Sundance is fun and it's fancy and it gives you a chance to meet men from outside the Mormon church.
That I think is huge for her.
She says, I'm always looking for sex, but not love. And then pause, pause, pause. That sounded really vulgar. Can you delete that?
I'm so glad they didn't because that was cute. And I have said that myself. I'm not looking for love. I'm looking to get laid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's when I met Todd. Okay.
There you go.
Anyway.
Whitney and Justin come, and again, this idiot is wearing a long sleeve Henley and that herringbone chain I wanted to rip off his neck. Like, what is he doing? He's so underdressed next to her.
Always. But men can do that.
That's true. Heather brought her friend Lala Kent to the party. The documentary, Jen tells us, is called Sincerely Fraternity, and it's about a local Utah rap group, and it's kind of like a rags to riches situation, which Jen really relates to.
Because it's just like her rags to riches situation. Well, I mean, I'm hoping they're not making their riches by scamming people.
Right. Heather starts hitting on every guy there, and then she comes upon this cutie, Curtis. And she's laying it on. She's got game. No?
She does. No, she does. No, she does. She totally does.
And then they leave together.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. And Whitney runs around. Whitney is so me. Running around like, guess what? Heather left with a guy. Like, she has the scoop and she's so excited to share it with everybody.
Hopefully Heather's getting her clock cleared tonight.
Whoa. And Whitney says to Jen, your party was a success.
Because that's all that mattered was getting Heather laid. Because, hey, why not?
Now it's the next day. Mom, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. Can you text my boss and tell her? Dude, it's your first fashion show and you're going to be 15 minutes late. He ends up being 45 minutes late.
Yes. And having like an anxiety attack, which
did this give you anxiety? Because I know you're very punctual.
Oh, I'm very punctual. Yeah. That anytime I have the potential of being 2 minutes late, I am anxious as hell about it. So I don't understand this life. This life is not for me. That said, if I were living in a house with a siren going off for minutes,
but he was going to be late before that.
Oh, yes. But the siren would undo me as well.
So Meredith tells the camera,
or the
Brooks
alarm,
can get very anxious, and it's hard to teach your kid to be responsible and manage his stress level. Now the alarm starts going off, and Brooks, Mom, what the hell, Mom? Mom, were you cooking something? The dog's barking, the toilet overflows. This is hilarious.
This is hilarious because this is something that would happen in my home.
Our smoke alarms go off when the girls take a shower and open the door. There's something about the moisture. That sets them off sometimes because there's one right outside the bathroom door. So if they take a shower without the exhaust fan out, which gets Timmy so angry.
Right.
And then they open the door, the smoke alarms will go off and they're all connected. So they all go off. So I'm wondering if somebody was in that bathroom, maybe showering, maybe, you know what I mean?
No, they have a water sensor.
I don't know.
They have a water sensor. Todd has them all over our house.
Oh, ours doesn't have that.
Oh, well, because you have to put in a water sensor.
We don't
it's its
have
own thing.
That.
Yeah, no, we have them all over our house. By the washing machine, by the hot water heater, underneath all of the sinks,
so
by all the toilets.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know they existed. Okay. All right. So they're trying to figure this out. Meredith's calling the maintenance people. Yeah, I need you to come over here. I got a flooded toilet.
Who are these maintenance people?
I don't know.
That's what I was like. Who are you calling?
Timmy.
Right. I'm like, what maintenance people are you calling that are going to show up at
They probably live in a development. They pay an HOA and they probably have maintenance.
I don't know. Looking at our house, it didn't feel like an HOA kind of place, but maybe it is. It could very well be.
It's probably like a gated community.
It could be. Could be.
So now we get to the Park City Fashion Show. Brooks is like, oh, no, wait, that's his mother. Mom, I'm 45 minutes late. Brooks does tell us that he's really excited to be part of something that he grew up idolizing, and he's not really sure how he gets here. And then he's like, oh, right, my mom.
My mom. I did appreciate the fact that he understood. I'm only
Nepotism.
Here because my mother is here. And that's fine.
He understands he's a Nepo baby. He gets it.
That's good.
So Seth does send Brooks a cute message. And he's like, hey, champ. Hey, slugger.
Brooksy. Hey, Brooksy.
Hey, Brooksy. Do your best. Do your best. Love you. Mwah.
Brooksy.
And Brooks is like, oh, I guess it's fine. But like, I wish he was here. It's very disheartening that dad isn't here and can't support my show. I'm like, oh my God, stop.
This is
It's fine.
I mean,
My feelings aren't important.
this is probably the biggest thing that has ever happened to this kid.
I know. I just whatever.
He's not in I don't think he's in college.
This is my worst nightmare to have as a kid. Like a kid who just pulls all the guilt levers because I'm so susceptible to that.
Right, right.
So Meredith tells the camera, I love my kids. And then she gets real emotional and she says, my parents divorced and screwed me up and I wished I could protect
Mhm.
my children. All right, next time on.
I felt for her in that.
I did too.
Mhm.
She really got emotional.
Yeah, she did.
So Brooks lays on the guilt still
Mhm.
real thick. He's got to stop. He's got to stop. Here's what I would say if I was Seth. Hey, Brooksy, you like that posh fucking life you're living? Well, guess what? I'm over here working for it and I can't make it to your fashion show. That's what I would have said.
Wow. Jesus, did your mother not come to your ballet recital? Like, what the fuck? Why are I mean, I think Brooks is obnoxious, but I have some empathy for the kid. This is a big deal, and he wants his dad there, and you're like, "Fuck that kid."
I just feel like, I don't know. You're 21 years old. Your dad can't make it because he's working.
No, his dad can't make it because he's choosing not to be there. This isn't like if you or me, like if one of our kids had something going on across the country, we do not have the means to fly in and fly out for a day.
Correct.
Seth Brooks does.
Okay.
And if he's a big wig in a company, he can say, "Look, I need one night to go do something for my family."
But do you also think that Meredith told him not to come?
Yes, I think it's part of the divorce.
I don't think she's telling Brooks that.
No, of course she's not.
Yeah, Brooks is obnoxious.
Brooks is
igniting something in me. I'm sorry. He just is.
Brooks is obnoxious. I also think he's entitled to feel upset that his dad's not there at the biggest thing that's ever happened to him.
See, Timmy and I have always approached parenting as a team.
I understand
and
that.
when there's been many times where
one of you tags in and the other one tags out.
Yeah, and I just feel like that is the instance here. Like Meredith's there. A parent is there to represent the parental unit.
I understand that. He's allowed to have feelings about wanting his dad there.
He's absolutely allowed to have feelings about it. But like, you're 21 years old. Stop.
Of all of his shenanigans in this episode, the fact that he was upset that his dad wasn't there was the least problematic.
Here's another thing. Why doesn't Meredith have Seth on FaceTime? And when it's happening.
Maybe Seth didn't offer that. I'm sorry. I think Seth is dropping the ball here.
I hate Seth. You know this.
I know you do.
But I hate this whiny kid even more.
I don't know. I was the kid whose parent missed a lot of things growing up. I have empathy for that feeling. I just do.
My dad came to our things. So I was in ballet for a long time.
Right.
My dad came to them with a puss on the entire time because it was so obvious that my mother was forcing him to be there against his will.
Okay.
So I guess I just kind of like, I don't get worked up over those things.
Okay. That's fine.
Like as long as one of my parents was there.
You grew up securely attached to your parents. Some of us didn't, Amy.
Yeah, I guess.
It makes a difference.
There's so many lacrosse games that I couldn't go to or Timmy couldn't go to. And the other one went. As long as somebody was there, that was important to us.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what Seth does. I don't know.
And see, I don't
looked up. He's buying Big Lots or something. But
see,
I don't know.
The missing of like one Wednesday lacrosse game doesn't rise to this level to me at all.
You're right. It is. This
is a huge deal for this kid.
Yeah. All right. I'll
whether it should or shouldn't be, in him, it is a huge deal, and he wants his dad there, and his dad's not doing it when he probably could.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm kind of being an asshole about this.
Yeah, you are.
It's fine.
It's okay.
So Steve
people
Perry,
will be upset listening to us fight.
Mommy,
you're fighting.
I think a lot more people will side with you than me. So Steve Perry tells Whitney that his therapist thinks he's ready for the next step. I
don't think he is.
I don't think so.
Based on that hair alone, I don't think he is.
And Whitney's like, well, what's the next step? He's like, starting to take my I bet you he's trying to leave that sober living.
Yeah, he wants to. Yeah. He doesn't want to live there.
Yeah, no. This is not good. Not good.
No, I think he needs more time there. If he was addicted for 10 years, he needs more than like 30 days in a sober living place.
Yeah, because when you are addicted for 10 years, your entire
life is your addiction.
Even as I've seen Timmy go through the quitting smoking, right? You don't realize how much of your life revolves around that one thing. It's It's your routine. It's your habits. It's everything. You
everything.
can't break that in 30 days.
Mm-mm. No.
So Lisa Barlow compares herself to Warren Buffett.
Sure.
Amanda.
Hey, I got nailed once for saying that, Chalk from The Golden Bachelor, Wichita money was different than New York money. And Wichita, I'm like, I understand Warren Buffett lives. I'm staying away from this.
You got dinged on that one?
I got real dinged on that, which my point was not adequately conveyed.
Do you think I'm gonna get dinged for saying Brooks is whining about this?
Yes. It's fine.
Guys, send your hate mail to Amye@littlemissrecap.com. Okay.
Send your support email to Amanda@littlemissrecap.com. Thank you.
So Jen insinuates to Whitney that Meredith may be fucking around on Seth.
But they're separated, so
doesn't count, right?
Doesn't count. You're separated.
Yep.
They were on a break.
We're separated. We're on a break. I can fuck around whoever I want. Okay, so that's the episode. I'm enjoying this.
I am too.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Mom, why don't you get my pants ready for me? Iron my pants for me. I'm going to be 45 minutes late. This kid.
He's obnoxious. I don't like him.
He's obnoxious.
But I have empathy for wanting his dad.
Can I just say, here's the thing.
Yes. Tell me the thing.
I don't feel like his disappointment with Seth is genuine. I feel like he's just doing it to troll him.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
And if that's true, then fuck him. But
he doesn't seem genuinely upset about it. He seems annoyed and like trolly.
I don't think he has a genuine emotion in his body. I think this is as good as it gets.
But I think that's what's irking me at the bottom of at the middle of this.
Okay.
It doesn't feel genuine. Like, I think he just does it to irritate his parents.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, guys. We've been on a journey with this.
We have. It's been good.
I hope you like our coverage. So I've really found it now.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you've gotten there. It's there.
I was walking around the house this morning doing it. Prepping.
Okay. Yeah. Did anyone hear you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Everyone was gone. My kids go to school 25 minutes early.
Oh, okay.
And just
hang out with their friends.
Lot. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
No, you don't want to know.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, please consider joining our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. We have a lot of fun in there. Link is in the show notes. And also give us a 5-star review.
Mm-hmm. Please. Or share this episode with a friend if you've got another Roni.
Yeah.
Not Roni.
Tell your friends.
Risla.
Tell your friends that you know 2 big Bravo virgins who are
making a fool of themselves watching this stuff.
And one has real bad takes about kids and their parents.
Apparently. And it's not me. It's not me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group, Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.